this sounds good. Rumble Video. The Tombstone Hand. Well, maybe it's Rumble and it's a video of Rumble. Featured performers at R&B, Rotary Ribs, Rhythm and Blues. Wow. We'll just play a little bit of that underneath as I introduce Heckle and Jekyll, better known as Bob Edmonds, and retired salesman Ed Olinsky from the Auburn Rotary Club. Guys, good to see you.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Ed, good morning.
Ed, you were looking well. Retirement seems to agree with you.
It's outstanding. It's not underrated. I highly recommend it. And if you can do it, darn it.
And I'm old enough to do it. And what the heck am I doing getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning? But anyway, I digress. Auburn Rotary Ribs, Rhythm and Blues 3 coming up, July.
7 weeks away today.
That's right.
Yeah.
7 weeks away. I walked Oakville this morning, a little bit wet. The grass is a little bit high, very picturesque. It's our major fundraiser. This year, proceeds, the majority will go to Nick's Ride for Friends for the heroin addiction, opioid addiction group here in town. Plus, we'll put aside some money for our other local charities that we support, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30. We're looking forward to it. We've revamped the event a little bit. Trying to enhance the customer experience, and we think that we've done that. So we're looking forward to it this year.
And it starts on the 21st.
Starts on the 19th.
Or 19th, I'm pardon me,
19th.
yeah.
19th.
Right.
Friday night, we have my so-called 90s band. Saturday, we start with the Tombstone Hands at noontime, followed by, we're bringing back Hayden Fogel, 19 years old, Knock Your Socks Off, Rhythm and Blues, Child Prodigy. I played with Buddy Guy when he was at age 12. We're bringing back from Pittsburgh the Billy the Kid and the Regulators. That's what's placed third in the world in rhythm and blues a few years ago.
They were here year one, were they?
Year one they were here, and then Sunday we're doing a little bit with local bands, 8 tracks starting at noontime, and then we take it home Sunday night with the Honky Tonk Hindus.
Oh. That's a great way to wrap
Well,
it.
it's you want to ease it out at that point, because we finish up at 7 o'clock on Sunday or whatever else. But they do play a mean Ring of Fire on the accordion. They really do. Teresa does.
It's a crazy bunch. Bob, this is your brainchild, and I know before the first one,
Yeah.
You weren't sure, and it has just exploded.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that, again, it's an event, as we all know, in our area. You get them in when you can, and again, it's a prime summertime event. It's we basically have a lot of nice food venues, vendors with value meals. We have good
Cheap
music.
eats.
Cheap eats, as we call it.
Cheap
yeah.
eats.
Great music. It's just on the lake, and even the competitors. We have competitors that come in to compete in the KCBS barbecue competition, and they say it is probably the best event they go to for not only the scenery, the setup, the people. It's just a great event. It really is.
Speaking of cheap eats, I'm going to take you to task, because the two of you, because all I see on Facebook is you two and the mouth from the south next door.
Yep.
And you having lunch and doing the rounds and everything else. And where's my invite?
Yeah, well,
We didn't think you were allowed out at nighttime.
that's right.
Well, I am now that the high school sports.
Okay, well,
season,
Well, how far can you go with the ankle bracelet then?
Yeah, well, I'll be getting on a plane this time next week. I'll be in Scandinavia.
Well,
So
give our regards to the Swedish chef when you go see him.
yes.
I'm
And let us-
actually scheduled to have lunch with Abbas. So,
Yes, and let us know how the TSA goes, okay?
Exactly.
well, actually, it'll be Canada's.
Oh, that's right.
security.
Thank
But
you.
anyway, but yeah, you talk about the eats. I mean, the food is to die for.
Correct.
If you love barbecue, and who doesn't?
Well, we've asked our food vendors to come in with low price value meals as well too, and we coupled it with a couple other things. Meaning, kids 12 and under are free this year. It used to be 5 and under, because we're finding more and more families are coming in. The other thing too is we had advanced ticket sales. One day they save 20%. It's $8, or if you want to come a weekend pass, either 2 or all 3 days, it's only $16. So this way you can couple this in and have some cheap eats on the first 2 days, and then swing for the fences with one of the bigger meals. So I mean, it's just one of these things that we've looked at, that we have some community groups that are coming in that we're putting up displays as well too. Of course, we're going to have cornhole as well too, and on top of it, we're putting in a psychic fair during the festival as well too, with like Ellen Gans from the Canandaigua area, Carol Harvey, the communicator for the animals, and trust me, I've worked with Carol on a Grand Cat, and it works. I mean, believe it or not. So we're doing things a little bit different this year, and we want more involvement in the community, and we want our vendors to do very, very well, irregardless of the weather. We can't control that, but we can do a lot of different other things.
And that leads me to ask, and I know we've talked about this in the past 2 years. The Deauville Island site obviously is great because you've got the whole lake. I remember both years seeing all the boats moored offshore and people just rocking their way to the music out there. But is it getting to the point where it's not big enough and maybe you got to look somewhere else?
No, we're not at that. No, we're not at that point yet. No. I mean, we expect somewhere around 40 to 45 competitive teams from the Northeast and Canada to come in. I mean, right now we're at 20 confirmed. So the last month or so, we'll end up with another 20, maybe 25 at this point, and they'll just keep coming. You have to understand something too. A year ago, there were 11 KCBS events in New York State. Now it's down to 5. And Auburn is one of them as well. There's one in Buffalo, Clarence. There's one near Albany. There's Long Island, and then there's one on Lake Placid. That's it. So that's kind of shrunk at that point. So now, teams are coming in from Maryland and Pennsylvania and Rhode Island and Massachusetts. And we have a good reputation, and we have a picturesque venue.
And this is serious competition, Bob.
And
this is not your weekend barbecue.
Correct. And then we're also working on, because again, at the end of the event, we ask people, what are you looking for? So we're working on having some of the competition teams actually show you how to barbecue. We're working on that right now, that you're going to be able to go to the event. We're going to have a scheduled time, and they're going to actually show you a demonstration on how to cook like they do, which is worth admission, no problem at all.
Low and slow.
Yes. So we're going to have that. And again, we're bringing in the things, people's favorites. We have Off the Bone Barbecue that everybody loves out of Ohio.
Yeah.
He's coming back because again, it's one of those things that everyone keeps asking. Is he coming back? He's coming back.
Big Awesome Barbecue from Syracuse as well too.
Yep.
So I mean, and our list is growing. It's going to get kind of crazy and hectic for us in the next month or so because of vendors, their availability and momentum with our festival as well too. I mean, people are last minute, including ticket sales and spur of the moment, and that applies to vendors as well too.
And of course, local businesses joining in and getting involved. From the title sponsors all the way on down.
Well, we're very fortunate. The Duke Company, who's setting up shop here on Grand Avenue in Auburn, they are one of our presenting sponsors along with the Auburn Rotary Club. So it's good to have them back. And we've had a lot of support with a lot of different companies as well, too. And that sponsorship money is still coming in and commitments as well, too. The weather's been crazy. I mean, people are wondering when's summer going to hit. And when's the temperature going to be consistently at 70 degrees? And we haven't reached it yet, and now we're almost on June 1st.
Talking with Ed Linsky and Bob Edmonds from the Auburn Rotary about Rotary Ribs Rhythm and Blues coming up, round number 3 in July. This is a year-round endeavor, and the work the Rotary does,
correct,
not only here in Cuba County but worldwide, is a year-round endeavor as well.
Oh yes, I mean Rotary is an international organization. It's not just people think of it as a local organization. It's international, worldwide, from
33,000 clubs worldwide.
Right, eradicating polio to local events like we do, and that's the biggest thing is that we want people to come to the Ribs event because your admission price goes to things that we have, our community initiatives that we take care of, which Warm the Children. Is one of the programs that we deal with, to Nick's Ride, which is one of the ones that we're using at the Rotary Ribs Rhythm and Blues. So again, we're working with the community. All the proceeds from this event go right back into the community. So
well, which is another good reason for everybody to get out and enjoy some great food, some great music, and just some great fun at the 3rd annual Rotary Ribs Rhythm and Blues, July
19th through the 21st
at Deauville Island.
And our website is Auburn Rotary BBQ
And if you have a business and you haven't gotten in touch with them about being a sponsor, why not? Do it. Guys, thanks, and let's hope we get a beautiful 3 days for the event this year.
Sounds
Thanks,
good,
Steve.
Steve.
And invite me to lunch sometime.
Will do.
Bob Edmonds and Ed Alinsky from the Auburn Rotary Club have been our guests, and it is 8:48 on the Finger Lakes Morning News.